Chapter 7. Compare Keto Diet with Other Diets. Welcome to our channel. Food as Medicine. You are what you eat. Studies have shown that the ketogenic diet effectively controls metabolic syndrome, although dietitians are not yet certain about that. The keto diet has become a popular dietary choice among people who intend to lose weight and improve their fitness and general health. To follow the diet, a person has to consume foods that are very high in fat, moderate in protein, and low in carbohydrates to get the body into a state of metabolism called ketosis. Ketosis happens when the body burns fat instead of glucose for energy. While the eating regimen has a history of use in medicine, there is inconsistent evidence backing its use for weight loss in the long term or general well-being. When most people consider following a keto diet, they often evaluate how it compares to other dietary patterns, such as the Atkins diet, and examine how it compares against other low-carb diets. Various aspects of the ketogenic diet differ from the USDA's nutritional guidelines, including the macronutrient balance of a ketogenic diet, which varies from the recommendations provided by the USDA. The ketogenic diet recommends that people consume about 75% or more of their calories from fat. According to the 2020 to 2025 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, adults are advised to consume only 20 to 35% of calories from fat, exceptionally healthy fat. Some versions of the ketogenic diet permit healthy fats in some meals, such as plant-based oils, nuts, and seeds. Similarly, other versions of the keto diet make room for saturated fat intake from sources such as beef and full-fat dairy products. USDA guidelines recommend restricting the intake of saturated fat to less than 10% of total caloric intake. According to the USDA guidelines, the macronutrient intake means adults derive 4,565% of calories from carbohydrates. However, following a ketogenic diet, a person may only derive about 5% of their calories from carbohydrates, though their protein intake may be similar to the USDA guidelines. When following a standard keto diet, a person is likely to derive about 20% of their calories from protein. However, the USDA guidelines suggest that people should consume 10 to 35% of calories from protein. Additionally, the USDA also stipulates a recommendation for dietary fiber to about 22 to 34 grams a day. Therefore, people following a ketogenic diet will have difficulty achieving since fiber has some carbohydrates. USDA guidelines posit that people consume grains, vegetables, fruits, dairy, and protein. Though no food is expressly off-limits on a ketogenic diet, people who follow the diet may realize that some food groups need to be restricted or eliminated to attain and sustain ketosis. For instance, people following a ketogenic diet are likely to consume little fruit and few grains, which are primary sources of carbohydrates. Additionally, a person may not consume many vegetables on the ketogenic diet because different varieties provide too many carbohydrates. Calorie counting is not necessary on a ketogenic diet. There is no specific calorie target on most versions of the program. However, since a keto diet is high in fat, people may consume more calories because fat contains more calories per gram as carbohydrates and protein. Proponents of the keto diet suggest that when people follow the dietary pattern, they generally eat less because fatty foods are more satisfying than foods high in carbohydrates and help people feel full for a more extended period. Suppose a person's target is to reach or sustain a healthy weight. In that case, they should consume the right amount of calories a day or increase their total amount of recommended calories by increasing their activity level. How keto diet compares to other diets. Based on the variation of the keto diet a person chooses, they will get most of their calories from fat, 75 to 90%, limited calories from protein, 5 to 20%, and about 5% of calories from carbohydrates. Sticking to this dietary plan makes it difficult to reach daily intakes of certain nutrients, such as minerals, other vitamins, and fiber derived from consuming fruits and vegetables that are limited on the plan. The ketogenic diet is not a commercial diet. Therefore, there are subscription fees or required foods to purchase, but many versions of the keto diets recommend consuming quite expensive foods, such as grass-fed beef and oils, such as MCT oil or avocado oil. Though some studies have recorded a significant weight loss on a ketogenic diet, other studies have shown that this dietary pattern is not better than other low-fat or low-carb diets for a long-term weight loss outcome. Additionally, since there are no calorie targets on a keto diet, it is possible to consume more calories and gain weight. The ketogenic diet is often difficult to sustain in the long term because it substantially varies from a typical American diet. Therefore, some people may have difficulty maintaining it when eating out or socializing. Keto versus Atkins diet. The Atkins diet has undergone several changes since it was first developed in the 1960s. However, the current version of the dietary plan is promoted as being keto-friendly. Nutritionally, the Atkins diet derives 55 to 70% of its calories come from fat. People who follow the Atkins diet are also likely to consume more protein, 20 to 30%, and carbohydrate intake of 5 to 15% of their total calories. Therefore, the Atkins diet tends to provide a more balanced nutritional strategy. Additionally, a person is more likely to derive their recommended fiber intake and essential vitamins and minerals since fruits and vegetables are permitted during most phases of the dietary plan. A person can follow the Atkins diet by studying any of the Atkins books available or signing up for online programs and getting foods and services for a monthly fee. Though the subscription plan is likely to be very expensive, following the program based on instructions from an Atkins book is less expensive. Various foods that are recommended on the Atkins diet are easily accessed in several grocery stores. The Atkins diet has been studied extensively, and it has generated mixed results in weight loss. Since the program has evolved throughout the years, results from older studies may not be that relevant today. However, studies have suggested that the current dietary plan may likely produce weight loss over the long term because it stipulates proper portions for several foods and includes a plan of activity to burn calories and boost health. Therefore, the Atkins diet is arguably easier to follow for most people because it provides a more balanced eating regimen. Although many people may not subscribe to the commercial program for a longer duration, the Atkins books often make it easier to follow the Atkins diet for a longer period. Other low-carb diets versus keto. Several diets are low-carb, and they all restrict carbohydrates for weight loss and improved health. Though there is no specific guideline for carbohydrate consumption on a low-carb diet, people might consume 30% of their calories or less. These low-carb diets make room for people to consume more carbohydrates than a ketogenic diet. Similarly, many low-carb diets are high in protein intake and lower in fat intake. Other low-carb diets emphasize eating quality carbohydrates, such as whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, and restrict processed foods high in sugar. As a result, most people are more likely to meet their nutritional goals on a low-carb diet than a keto diet. Additionally, since low-carb diets have become more popular, various traditional high-carb foods are now produced and sold in low-carb or keto-friendly versions. Other low-carb diets are more accessible and likely less expensive than a keto diet. Though there have been results from various studies, the researchers often conclude that any of these diets that are likely to promote weight loss are those people can follow for a more extended period. Therefore, according to studies, a low-carb diet is more sustainable than a very low-carb and high-fat diet like the keto diet. This sustainability is because a low-carb diet provides a more balanced eating approach and permits a wider variety of foods. Dukan diet versus keto. Like the Atkins and the ketogenic diet, the Dukan diet is rooted in the medical field, as it is the dietary plan in the 1970s. Dukan diet is a high-protein and low-carbohydrate approach to losing weight. Nutritionally, there are 4 phases of the Dukan diet: attack, cruise, consolidation, and stabilization. However, the first 2 phases are meant for weight loss, and the last 2 are programmed to maintain weight. During some phases of the Dukan diet, 79 to 90% of calories are gotten from protein. The Dukan diet is deficient in fat, but it makes the room intake a moderately low carbohydrate. It may be challenging to eat enough calories and remain within the macronutrient balance recommended by this eating regimen. There are various books a person can buy to follow the Dukan diet, and there are equally some free online resources and some coaching services which a person can purchase a plan for $29.95 a month. Meals and snacks are equally available during this purchase, though they may not be necessary to remain on the eating program. Several foods that a person finds at a local market are permitted on the eating plan, making it cost-effective and easily accessible. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to our channel. Subscription is totally free by pressing the subscribe button. Also, hit the notifications bell so that you will always be notified of new content on our channels. Studies have shown that the Dukan diet is likely to be very effective for weight loss in the short term, since the low-calorie consumption will help most people to lose weight on the plan. However, there are insufficient clinical trials and reports to back the effectiveness of this diet, and diets that are often very low in calories may be difficult to follow, which makes it less effective for long-term weight loss or maintenance of weight. According to studies, people who choose to buy coaching services are more likely to stick to this diet, and several support groups and other resources, including recipes, are available online. Regardless, many people may find it challenging to stick to this diet because of the high protein and deficient fat consumption. So, eat right, eat wisely, and be happy. Here ends this video on the keto diet and weight loss. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our other videos in this series. Food as medicine. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Goodbye. See you again soon.